My name is Nancy Duarte. I work out of Sunnyvale, California. I have about 130 employees who write and produce presentations for some of the best brands and thought leaders in the world. So my favorite disruptive hero I met when I was 13 years old, and that would be my husband. I feel like I was headed down a path of destruction. I would have married the first person who would have asked me, and fortunately, it was my husband, Mark. And he and I are completely opposites. We are polar opposites. Like when we worked on our life mission statements, his verb was to relax, and my verb was to conquer. And so what's happened as a pair, we like to use the metaphor that I'm like this steamboat above the surface and he's the rudder that makes sure we don't go aground. So even though I'm the one that comes up with the ideas and has all these crazy ways to approach things, he's been very consistent in our marriage to have the right timing, to tell me when to wait, to tell me when to go fast. Like he's my biggest fan. And I think that he did change the trajectory. If I had not met him, and if he did not walk beside me every day, I would never have become what I've become. I spent the first 7 years of my marriage with him henpecking him. Be more passionate. Be more like me. Do everything the way I do it. How come you don't do it like that? And I just tried to henpeck him to death. And I woke up one day realizing he was trying really hard to be me, and I barely like me. And he was working really hard at it, and it wasn't fair. And then I realized how I needed to value our differences, and it's turned out to be glorious. I was contemplating leaving him, actually. I was going to go up and talk to his folks, kept trying to get him to be different, get him to be, more energetic or more passionate or whatever. And I just thought, wow, I'm going to lose the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I just had this moment where I realized, oh my God, he's trying to be me, and it just shut me down. I was just like, I can't handle how hard he's trying, and so I released him to be himself. And then he has never ever asked me to change. He's never asked me to be different, and he gives me a ton of room to run. Where I'm barreling towards the edge and I'm going to fall off. My husband just sits there and watches as I run toward the edge to danger, and other people try to be a white knight and rescue me. My husband knows I need to not only run off the cliff, but I need to fall off the cliff, and then I need to grab the rope and help myself up the cliff by myself. He can't help me because I will never learn. Like I will never learn if I don't make all these mistakes myself. So he gives me plenty of room to roam. And yet he cheers me on, even as I'm jumping off the cliff. We all have a unique thumbprint. We all have a different pattern to our eye. We're all different. I think we all have like an imprint on our hearts and our souls of who we are and who we were made to be. So at the shop, that we value each other's differences. So my husband and I took the disc profile. I'm high DI and low SC, and he's low DI, all SC. So our personality profiles crisscross. And the fact that we really deeply understood how to value how different we were permeates the shop. So everyone here knows each other's temperaments. They value each other's temperaments. We try to put the right temperaments in the right seats so they can be doing their best work and play to their strengths. And it manifests in our kids too. We give our kids a lot of room. We've always had a saying that you wake up every day and you do whatever brings you peace and whatever brings you passion, and that'll eventually lead you to your destiny. And so both my kids have fallen in love with their passion, and we just support that. They're not doing the things that we would wish them to do maybe, or the things that'll make them tons of money or make them super successful, but they're doing what brings them passion. And that's all that we want for our kids. We want them to love life and do well.